Hi, my name is Chris, and this workout program is for people with spinal stenosis in the L5 region who are looking to still find a way to build muscle in their body. Spinal stenosis, brief definition, is a narrowing of the canal causing a pinching of the nerve, and that sensation can run down to your legs and causes severe pain, numbness, and weakness. And I chose to create this workout program because I personally have a friend who has diagnosed with stenosis and he is still trying to find a way to build muscle. This next exercise is for the core. It's a great core exercise for someone with stenosis because it helps build strength on the core region and also eases the back while you're doing it. And it's known as the dead bugs. The dead bugs are a fantastic way to encourage more posterior pelvic tilt, which simultaneously enhances motor control and engages the lumbopelvic hip stabilizers to do their job. In the supine position, you're going to have your knees and hips flexed. You're going to be alternating arms and legs while you're maintaining core engagement, because you need to keep that core engaged with a deep breath in and deep breath out before you begin that exercise.
In that same position,
a regression of this exercise would be to have your arms down to create more stability, and this is a little less range of motion. You're just going to be alternating your legs in that baseline position. And a progression of this exercise would be known as a anti-rotation dead bug. And what you're going to do is, while holding a resistance band, you're going to stay in that baseline position and you're going to maintain that core engaged and alternate legs. And now with the lower body, we're going to start with the hip thrust. It's a good workout because someone with stenosis, it's very beneficial to build muscle in the hips and the lower body, and it allows for more balance, which promotes stability. To perform the exercise, you're going to have your shoulders on a 16-inch raise. You can also use a bench. You're going to maintain that core engaged by having a deep breath in and a deep exhale. Encourage that pelvic tilt. Have those glutes tight. And you're going to perform the thrust.
And encouraging that pelvic tilt. Making sure there's no dip. Regression of this exercise.
A regression of the exercise would be to have your legs on a foam roll. You can have your arms down, side to side, and this is a little less range of motion, but you're still doing the workout effectively.
Less range of motion, but you're still doing the workout effectively. Remember to engage your core. And down. The progression of this exercise.
A progression of this exercise would be to have a single leg hip thrust. So you're going to maintain that baseline position, have your core engaged. Remember to encourage the pelvic tilt, and you're going to raise one leg and you're going to thrust with your hips. Keep that core engaged.
Next lower body exercise.
This next exercise is known as the goblet squat. What you're going to do in a sumo stance is hold a kettlebell at chest level and
squat, you want to have a
you're
wide
going to come
stance.
down
This is
till your
similar to a
hamstrings
beginner squat
are
stance, but this
practically
is
on your
perfect for spinal
calves.
people with spinal
Keep
stenosis
that core
because
engaged,
they
keep that
lack
back
that
aligned.
mobility. You're going to keep it close to your chest. Arms spread apart, and you're going to squat down so you have your hamstrings practically on your calves. Make sure to keep that back straight.
A regression of the goblet squat is a seated goblet squat.
Hamstrings
Now, what you're going to
on your
do
calves.
is you can have a platform or a balance ball behind you, directly behind you, preferably. But you want to give yourself some room to still be able to squat.
This exercise.
So you're going to come down, keeping your core engaged, keeping your back aligned. And this is just limiting the range of motion on the squat, but you still want to do it effectively. Still keep that core engaged and keep that back aligned. And the progression of this exercise would just be to add more weight to the kettlebell. You don't want to add too many complications to your squat when you have stenosis.
You don't want to put too much
If you're looking to make it a little more difficult, you can always just add more weight.
mobility in your workout. You want to maintain stability in every workout when you have spinal stenosis.
This next workout is for the upper body. It is known as the lateral raise. I chose this workout because you're building muscle in the back with the raises, and you're not bearing the weight on your back. You're essentially holding it with your arms side to side. So it's a very good workout for someone with stenosis who's still looking to build muscle in the back. To perform the exercise, you're going to want to stay in a standing position, and you want to have the weights side to side. Make sure the muscles that you're targeting are engaged when you have the weights up. You don't want to flatten out your arms, otherwise you're sort of canceling out the exercise, and you don't want to take a break in between repetitions. You want to take a break in between sets. So you're going to raise and make sure your arms are parallel with the floor once you raise up, and you can hold that for about 2 seconds if you'd like, or you can come down for a quicker repetition. Holding it up would create more engagement of those muscles. A regression of this exercise is the seated lateral raise. What you're going to do is, by sitting on a surface, you're going to create more stability, but you still want to maintain your core engaged. You still want to keep those weights a little above, making sure the muscles are engaged. And you're going to work the deltoids a little more on this, but you still want to keep the raise parallel to the floor so that you can target the upper back, preferably the traps, and you're still working those lats, those upper region of the lats.
And a progression of this exercise, again, would just be to add more weight.
Again, a progression of this exercise would just be to add more weight. You don't want to have too many complications when you're doing any of those back workouts.
Again, is for the upper body.
This next exercise is known as the bent over rows. This exercise is very effective for the back. It targets the lats, the traps, and those muscles in the upper back region. So what you're going to want to do in a standing position, have those knees flexed a little, bring that back down till it's about parallel with the floor almost, and you're going to have the weights side to side. You're going to raise up, keep those elbows tucked in, until you feel it pinching sensation on your back. That's sort of a cue for when to be able to release and come down. But you don't want to flatten out those arms. Remember, you want to keep those muscles targeted and engaged. A regression of this exercise is known as the seated bent over rows. By sitting, again, you're going to create more stability. You still want to perform the exercise effectively. Keep those weights side to side, core engaged, and come up until you feel that pinching sensation. That's your cue when to release. And come down, but still keep those muscles engaged.
That deltoid. And a progression of this exercise would be the single leg bent over row.
A progression of the exercise is known as the single leg bent over row. And you're going to effectively create more balance in the long run. But right now you're going to have a little less stability when performing the exercise by raising one leg. You don't have to raise it too much if you can't. But if you're looking to make the workout a little harder, you can always perform it this way. Make sure the back is pinched when you come up, and then you can release.
People with spinal stenosis. This program effectively builds muscle on the back, effectively builds muscle in the core to maintain that stability for the back, and it's exactly what you're looking for when you're looking to maintain longevity and keep stability and stay healthy in your life with stenosis.